All right, guys, so with the fight rumored to be in August, it seems like Crazy Legs is already training and getting in shape for the fight. He took to Instagram Live to give an update on what's going on with the fight. It seems like they're signing the letter of intent, but they still got to talk money and find a venue. But he did say they were about 85% set on a venue. During his live, he said he wants to put Lord Jamar through pain. He doesn't want it to be a knockout. He wants his get back for Latinos, and he feels Lord Jamar lost some of his street cred. Man, roll a clip.
And it just got to a point where my mind, mentally, I was like, I won because he don't want none of this. And, you know, I'll keep it moving. So my head is right now. My head is where it needs to be right now. My head is right back on straight. Somebody said predictions, pain. Honestly, I don't want to knock out. I want to put him through pain every round. Every damn round. That's my prediction. Pain. That's it, you know? You know, we still have to go over certain things on the contract and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. First, it's just like letters of intent to get things going.
Right.
And then we get into the real contract. I also feel like things ain't fully established until we get, until we get the venue.
Right.
And the venue is being talked about. They already visited the venue. I think they're waiting for final approval now. So, So I'm waiting on that word. But
yeah,
I have every reason to get ready because, you know, at the end of the day, there's going to be a venue. Hopefully it's in the Bronx, which is what they're planning on doing right now. So
that would be smart. That would be
amazing, man. For real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what weight class are you fighting at?
Honestly, that hasn't even been discussed because this is more of a grudge match. It's not necessarily, people fighting for a belt. And this is me fighting on behalf of the integrity of hip-hop unity.
Right.
And Latinos.
Right. Right.
You know, so that's my main thing.
Okay.
And so when you're talking about that, it is, and the thing is that if two people want to squabble, it's squabble, you know? And if he's down and I'm down, no one's going to stop it. You know, I did get ready, and then when he fronted, I was like, all right, let me fall back and go into a different mental state and get prepared for other things. And it took me a few weeks to get mentally back into the head of fighting again. Because, you know, you pull away, you focus on other things like, oh, man, I got to be re-inspired when I already feel like I won.
Would you feel you were pretty disappointed, though? I think you were. I think you were disappointed that it didn't work out. Would you work so hard for it, and then it's like you get the rug pulled out from under you because it's like, it's not going to happen?
Not really. No. Disappointed because I was excited to fight.
Right.
But my plan was either we fight, get that work in, and I get some get back for our people, or he doesn't show up or he bails out and he ends up getting humiliated by his friends. So my plan was always going to be a win-win for me.
Win, yeah, exactly.
So I can only imagine that once he bailed out or didn't want to do it the right way, he probably caught heat from his people, and maybe this is how he saves face.
So you think it affected his street cred?
Absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah. My war game is a long game. So I was definitely doing all the work, all the training, but I knew exactly what I was going for. It was going to be one of two things. And in both situations, in my opinion, if we would have fought, I feel like I would have won. If he doesn't fight, he still loses in the public's eye.
Right. Jamar says enough to discredit himself anyway, you know, with all of the back and forth, like the shit that even happened on Godfrey's show, you know?
Yeah.
With him ending up into beef with Godfrey. It's like, come on, it's like wherever this guy steps is a fucking landmine.
And you know, even on the second time I went on Godfrey, I wished him well.
Right.
Wished Lord Jamar well. I was just like, yo, whatever he's going through, if he's going through anything, I hope he, finds something like that, finds a better place mentally. And because I'm more for peace than anything else. But at the same time, if, we got to step to the plate and handle things another way, we just do it. And this is a fun way to do it. This is a good way to do it without, bumping into each other in the streets and it being on site, Mm-hmm. Oh, and I also can't get arrested for this.
I agree with that. and you're not,
I don't have to catch an assault charge now.
For those.
Exactly.
So let's talk about it, y'all. Lord Jamar has spoken on the situation very briefly. I don't think he's made it a centerpiece of conversation, really. And I understand because it seems like not everything has been cemented. The last thing I remember was Lord Jamar disputed the fact that Crazy Legs saw him in person and pressed him basically and made him back down. And Lord Jamar gave him a hug. I originally wanted them to do a debate because I think that would have been more beneficial for hip hop. But at this point, with all the back and forth, it would be beneficial for them to just get in the ring, honestly. Maybe after that, they can have a debate. It's interesting that Crazy Legs said that this has affected Lord Jamar's street cred. I don't really think Lord Jamar presents himself as a street guy. He's more of a conscious guy, but willing to get busy if needed. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Do you think the fight will actually go down? Who do you have your money on? Put your thoughts down in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe and stay connected with Panda Chop TV. Peace.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.
Panda Chop.